What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch the penultimate episode of the first season of My Hero Academia. I expect these next two episodes to be insane. Obviously, All Might has just shown up to the battlefield. I could see a world in which he dies. I really could. I was speaking about it last episode. I feel like the main protagonist, Deku, is an amazing character. I've absolutely loved him for the past like 11 episodes. But in comparison to the normal shonen protagonist, he has the same sort of mindset and character traits and arc, but I feel like he's missing tragedy. And I could see this as being the catalyst, the main sort of tragic beat that even takes his motivation to the next level. I could definitely see that. So I'm a teeny bit scared. And the one thing other than sort of a culmination of this villain hero stuff that I'm looking forward to. I hope we see even more of these students. I've been obsessed with it because I feel like with such a big cast, I feel like this show, more than almost any other anime I've watched, just from the very beginning, has a really big cast. And obviously I've seen something like One Piece, in which I know like a shockingly large amount of character names, but those are like 2 characters here, 2 characters there. You know, over time you learn. My Hero Academia so far has just like, there's 20 main students, you know what I mean? Like 6 main teachers you gotta learn. So not that I'm complaining, because the more the merrier. That's one of my catchphrases when it comes to entertainment, the more the merrier. But I'm almost obsessive in just learning names and making sure I'm not lost. So I got 15 out of 20 so far. I have a 16th name that I can't put towards a face, and then I have 4 people that are up in the air that I do not know the name to. One of those names, the only one I can like remember off the top of my head, the Invisible Girl, who I haven't seen for like 5 episodes. I don't know her name, so I'm excited to see if she appears in this episode. If you guys like the video, leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I've got the full-length reaction up on Patreon. I'd appreciate it if you checked it out. And if you guys like the content on the channel, please subscribe. Let's get right into the episode.
I'm sorry. He got me. 13!
Is she dead? Aizo's gonna make it. He's gonna be beat up. He's gonna be beat up. But he's got this.
I think he's as strong as All Might.
I talk about Shigaraki's character design, but Nomu's character design is really impressive as well. I'm just trying to think too about why Deku's arm wasn't damaged in that fight. Maybe I speculated that maybe he does have some sort of piece of the One for All. Maybe people with the One for All can't damage other heroes or villains with the One for All.
It had gone wrong here when Aizawa and 13 didn't answer my calls.
The goat.
So
The goat, he's about to die.
Running into young Ida along the way. He told me of the villainy at work here. I can't believe all this went down while I was rushed.
Oh, he's gonna feel so guilty if he makes that alive.
Think of how frightened these children must be, and how hard my colleagues had to fight in order to protect them.
She's still good.
The only thing I can do now is reassure them that things will be okay.
Yo, his backing.
Peace. Have no fear, students.
Oh, the tie's off.
I am here.
Oh, the tie's off.
He's here. All Might.
Oh, dude.
And he's not smiling.
I've got goosebumps. I'm getting kind of emotional. I feel like something bad is about to happen.
The heroic piece of trash shows up.
Dude, he's obsessed, dude. I really get Syndrome vibes.
Holy crap. It's All Might. I've never seen the guy
Oh
in
my
person
god,
before.
dude. He looks so cool in his suit, in his like hero suit. He looks so badass in that school attire. Go. Oh man. I'm getting kind of teary-eyed.
I should have been here.
I'm getting kind of teary-eyed.
What the heck?
Everybody back to the entrance and take Aizawa with you. He doesn't have much time.
You saved us, All Might. No. It wasn't supposed to go this way.
Oh my god, dude, he's a nerd.
Father, somehow he managed to hit me.
Is he the son of the guy who damaged All Might?
I wasn't prepared. I couldn't even see him when he moved. But he's not as fast as I thought.
I kind of get the vibe that he's also pretty young, not necessarily high school young, maybe like early 20s.
All Might
my
really is
God.
getting weaker.
After that, I don't know how old he is. He feels 20 and 80 at the same time.
I smashed him and didn't break my arm this time, but he wasn't phased at all. He's too strong.
Young Midoriya,
Get out of here, kiddo.
I got this.
I love All Might. I'm gonna be so sad when he bites the dust.
Carolina!
Oh my god. Carolina Smash. Oh my, what is that thing?
When he said it had no effect on you. Let's try this.
Oh, it's over. An indestructible beast. There's gotta be a way to outsmart it, though.
That's because Nomu here has shock absorption, All Might.
Shock absorption.
Is to slowly gouge out his flesh. Of course, I don't think he'll sit back and let you do that. You finally met your match.
Okay, I would hope that he's not monologuing. Oh, he's monologuing.
All right, take that, bird brain. Whoa, that's what you.
Sarah,
villains get
okay.
for underestimating him.
Sarah was the middle one, right? No, I don't know. Who the fuck is Sarah? That's the one that's I'm getting obsessed with that I don't know him.
I read the hero news this morning on my way to school and saw the headlines about All Might. Then, when they were talking about why he wasn't at training, 13 held up 3 fingers, probably to indicate that All Might was already at his limit today. He must have been absent because he'd used too much of his power. He shouldn't be using one for all now. I'm the only one in my class who knows.
So do something about it.
I got this in a big fight 5 years back.
What was the name?
Respiratory system was basically
What was the
destroyed.
name?
I lost my whole stomach. All the surgeries have pretty much worn me out. It can't be.
So obviously All Might defeated Shigaraki's father. Either he's dead or he's in jail. And he's obsessed with either breaking him out or avenging him.
Fear inside. It's just a brave face I put on when the pressure.
Oh, he's gonna turn back. Oh, please don't tell me he messes something up and gets All Might killed.
Oh, come on. What kind of cheap move was that?
Oh my god.
Nice. You were trying to bury him in the concrete so he couldn't move around anymore. Sorry.
Okay, Shigaraki has to give Kurogiri his props here.
Nice work, Kurogiri. We've got him just where we want him now.
Crap! This monster found my weak spot.
He knows. I'm telling you that the guy that did the thing is Shigaraki's father. Has to be.
If this is your best, then you picked the wrong place to attack. You should just give up now.
I don't have to defeat you. I just gotta outlast y'all.
Blood and viscera flooding the insides of my warp gates. But I'll make an exception for a hero as great as you. Since you're too fast to see with the human eye, Nomu had to restrain you. And once he's pulled your body halfway through, I'll squeeze the gate shut.
Oh my god, it's over.
I'm coming!
Midoriya, no. What do you think you're doing?
Come on, hit him with the New Jersey Smash.
How foolish.
Nice job, Bakugo. They're gonna team up to take down one of them. Oh, and Todoroki's here.
He's frozen. That means Todoroki must be here.
Come on, where's Kaminari? Come on, Kaminari, show up too.
Kill All Might. He controlled his quirk so that the ice stopped just before it reached my body.
He's mastered his quirk already.
Grip now.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, buddy. Yes.
Damn, that
Hey,
was
Kaminari's going straight for the source. Wait, no, Kirishima, my bad.
Of peace will not be defeated by delinquents like you.
Now I'm confused again. Yeah, that's Kirishima. Damn it, I messed up.
You got careless, you dumb villain. It wasn't hard to figure you out. Only certain parts of you turn into that smoking warp gate. You use that mist to hide your actual body as a kind of distraction, thinking that made you safe. That's why we missed.
You live up to your school's reputation.
But if you didn't have a body, you wouldn't be wearing this neck armor, right? You're not immune to physical attacks if they're well aimed. Don't move! You try anything funny and I'll blow your ass up so bad
Okay, Bakugo.
for weeks.
Oh, that doesn't sound very heroic. They escaped uninjured.
Yo, he looks like a prisoner being held down.
Are amazing. They make the League of Villains look like amateurs. Can't have that. Nomu.
Does he regenerate?
How is that thing still moving? He's all messed up.
Stay back, everybody.
Oh my god, dude. What is he?
I thought you said his power was shock absorption.
His power is everything.
Was his only quirk. He also has super regeneration. Nomu has been modified to take you on even at 100% of your power. He's basically a highly efficient punching bag that hits back. First, we need to free our method of escape. Huh? Get him, Nomu.
He's fast.
Man, I'm scared that Kirishima is in the middle of this because I feel like out of the 4 kids right in this fight, he's of the lowest importance.
Kacchan!
He's fine.
Kacchan? Whoa, that's awesome! You dodged him!
Shut up. No, I didn't, you damn nerd. At speed. I couldn't even see him coming.
Then how'd you get over here?
He's the GOAT.
Isn't it obvious?
He's the GOAT.
All Might!
So he protected the child, huh?
Guys, leave!
These are kids and you didn't hold back?
I didn't have much choice. He was threatening my companion. Besides, these kids are no angels.
They're demons.
Looking one, he tried to kill me with a maxed out punch. What kind of hero does something like that? You think you can get away with being as violent as you want if you say it's for the sake of others.
Okay, he's either the son of the guy who hurt All Might, or he's the son of like a civilian that was accidentally killed by a hero. All Might.
Just what's good and what's evil. You think you're the symbol of peace? You're just another government-sponsored instrument of violence. Violence always breeds more violence. I'll make sure the world understands that once you're dead.
You're nothing but a lunatic. Criminals like you only
Guys, stop monologuing. You don't have a lot of time to monologue, All Might.
doing this because you like it. Isn't that right?
He's got me figured out.
We've got them outnumbered.
And Kacchan found the Mist Guy's weakness.
These dudes may act really tough, but we can...
Kirishima, get out of there.
Let's do this.
Don't attack! Get out of here!
You would have been in trouble earlier if it weren't for me, remember? You need our help.
I thank you for your assistance. But this is different. It's gonna be alright. Just sit back and watch a pro at work!
No, sit back and watch me die, man. He's the GOAT. Have some fucking faith.
Kurogiri. Kill him.
He's just gotta last long enough for the other teachers to get here. Go, here, you bums, go get the strongest guy. I'm gonna handle the kids.
Let's clear this level and go home.
Even so,
Gamer.
I have to stop these villains.
Heads up, we're fighting after all.
Because I am.
The GOAT.
The world's symbol of peace and justice!
Oh, man.
Weren't you listening? One of his powers is shock absorption.
Yeah? What about it?
He can go all day, man. He's the GOAT.
He's gonna fight that break.
He's gonna die, man.
No, I can't get near them.
He said your quirk was only shock absorption, not nullification. That means there's a limit to what you can take, right?
Come on, dude.
If you can really withstand me firing at 100% of my power, then I'll have to go beyond that and force you to...
No, I feel like he's gonna be like... I feel like he's like a science experiment. Even he's gonna lose this fight, and then... like, next time he's gonna come back even stronger. More than 100% of his power. I didn't mention, I've had intense goosebumps for 2 minutes straight now. Man, you guys think you're strong, you don't know what strength is. My goosebumps are going crazy right now. He's gone! Tokuyami! Tokuyami's the bird! Tokuyami's the bird. Come on, give me the star effects. Yes! That's one of my biggest pet peeves with anime. They don't do the star effect enough. Talking, the guy in the black and white suit, is that Sarah?
I've never seen that kind of brute strength. Imagine having power like that. He must have been punching that monster so fast he couldn't regenerate.
He really is the best.
That's how you get to be a pro.
Oh, the music, I didn't mention it throughout that whole thing, that music is amazing. He needs to hide, because he's about to...
Back in my heyday, 5 hits would have been enough to knock that guy out. But today it took more than 300 mighty blows.
Oh my god, he looks... disheveled.
Time's up. Gotta end this fast. You've been bested, villain.
Oh, he's gonna see that he's smoking.
Surrender. We all want to get this over with quickly.
Cheated? Oh, is he gonna rip the face? The hand off his face? Okay, guys. That episode was fantastic. I haven't even, like, been able to think about, like, my favorite episodes, so far, but that was definitely last episode. Or, not last episode, this episode, the penultimate episode, episode 12. My favorite episode of the season so far. I'm getting goosebumps, like, everywhere, just thinking about it. Okay, I love All Might. I really do love All Might. He's, not just him. I think almost all of the characters in this show are really well written. The ability to make me love characters so fast, and so many of them, I think it might be unrivaled. You know what I mean? I don't want to go too far, because I don't think any character in My Hero Academia so far has made it to like elite level for me. Like, no top 50, not even top 100 characters. But I can think of like 10 characters that I like really, really love. And I'm excited to just get more of them and to see their relationships grow with each other. As this goes on, just throughout the first season, one of my biggest questions, just about the future of the story, would be like the timeline, like how, or are we going to graduate during the show, or is it going to be all about us at the UA? And I do get the feeling that it is going to be us all at the UA. And at first that would have made me go, nah, that's okay, but I wish there was more. But just I'm gonna use what I was thinking about it. I'm really loving the relationships between all the characters. I mean, I really feel like there's going to be such a strong bond between all of these characters. Like, dude, man, I'm loving this. Like, really, they've been able to make me emotionally connect with like the main ensemble so quickly, and I really have to give them props for that. And obviously some of the standouts, Deku and All Might, so far have been fantastic. Again, I put them into like, I'm not calling them basic characters whatsoever, but I put them in the same category as cliches, superhero media cliches, and even anime shonen cliches. But there's a reason that they're cliches and they're used so much. It's because they work so goddamn well. I mean, Deku, I'm rooting for Deku so strong. I'm rooting for All Might so strong. And that right there, obviously with Deku, not only just because he's the main character, but also because of the sort of future narration that's going on. I know that he survives all of this stuff. So someone like All Might, who obviously he is or at one point was the strongest hero, you know what I mean, the GOAT, Michael Jordan in his prime. Even though he's all that, I would almost argue that he's expendable, especially for the narrative story. I feel like not only his death would, or I'll get to that in a second. I feel like he doesn't need to be alive to move the story forward. And not only that, but one could argue that his death would push Deku's story to another level. So I obviously think that at some point he will die. Probably next season, or I definitely feel like this sort of Shigaraki situation is what's going to get All Might killed. But maybe after a couple more attacks, you know what I mean? Can't give it to him too quickly. But I could definitely see that happening, sadly. And I'm gonna be sad. I might tear up a little bit, but at the same time I would be very excited to see what Deku and the other students can do with that. Another thing, obviously the fight isn't even done, but I would assume it's gonna be a couple more minutes in the next episode. I can't wait to hear a conversation between Aizo and All Might after this. I'm just so happy because I think I spoke about it in the first episode. I did hear mixed signals about this show. Not like people saying that this was a terrible show, but people either thought it was one of the best animes or it was overrated. You know what I mean? Slightly goofy and all that. But this has really lived up to any hype that was given to me. I have thoroughly enjoyed this narrative so far. And obviously, there's like 150 more episodes or something like that. I talked about, I think I said it last episode. It might have been this episode, I don't remember, but one of my sort of catchphrases almost, or mindsets when it comes to watching media or movies, reading books, novels, video games, anything like that, the more the merrier. I'm not someone who like complains about every little single second of something I watch needing to be 10 out of 10, the greatest scene I've ever watched. obviously there's lows, there's dips. Okay, narratively that is a must. You can't be at full throttle the entire time. You have to calm down a little bit. So seeing that there's 150 episodes of the show just makes me so goddamn happy that I will get so much of something that is good. Even, you know, thinking of a couple shows or a couple narratives, like maybe like, and I'll just, you know, use simplified times here, but maybe something like 100 hours, you know what I mean? And the first 20 hours of it is 10 out of 10. Okay, and then hours you know, 21 through 40 or like a 6 out of 10. But hours 41 through 100 or 10 out of 10 again. You know what I mean? I'm of the mindset that's like, yeah, I'll sit through 6 out of 10. And I'm not trying to say this is like I expect 6 out of 10 from this show. I'm just sort of using it as a example to get me even more excited for the show. But I would gladly sit through something that is 6 out of 10 for a couple hours to get to 10 out of 10, even if it's just a moment. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm so happy just watching season 1 so far, because if this is the worst season, if this is the sort of jumping off point, the catalyst for the rest of the show being absolutely amazing, then I've bought in. I have really bought in. I mean, I'm thinking of other shows, and I'm not trying to compare shows because there's different factors that go into something being my favorite, specifically the genre. But I will immediately compare it to my favorite show of all time, Attack on Titan. And I'm sure that is the normie answer, so to speak. But there's a reason, you know what I mean, that it's so good and so popular. But it also it helps with the fact that my favorite genre is mystery. And I don't really see a lot of mystery in this so far. Obviously, there can be mystery aspects, but I mean, like, at its core, shows like Attack on Titan, shows like Lost, my favorite video game other than Minecraft of all time, Horizon Zero Dawn. The reason that they're 3 of my favorite pieces of media I've ever interacted with is because of the mystery aspect and the lore and the questions, the mystery box nature, so to speak. So all that being said, you know what I mean, as much as I love those, as much as I love Attack on Titan, I can safely say that through the first 12 episodes, I think that My Hero Academia was actually better. Now, obviously, Attack on Titan is a show I've watched 5 times, so even if I love this, love the entirety of My Hero Academia on the first watch, I don't really see a world where it would reach that sort of status. But I can definitely see this being one of my favorite shows of all time. Especially if the characters actually grow and mature and change. I would be gladly willing to put this in my top 10. You know what I mean? Because I'll compare it to something else. One Piece. I have so trouble with it right there. I've got a One Piece poster right there. And it sort of leans into that 6 out of 10, 10 out of 10 thing I was talking about. One Piece is a show that is 1,100 episodes long, and at bare minimum, it's gonna run for another 400. You know what I mean? And there's poor stretches. Like there's stretches that I would, you know, took me like a month to watch, honestly. But it's repeatingly good, if that makes sense. It always jumps back to 10 out of 10. And it's something like, I don't want to say sit through because I enjoy, and even I say 6 out of 10. When I watch One Piece at 6 out of 10, I really enjoy it still. But just knowing that there's always more 10 out of 10 is one of the reasons why I'm still, after watching 1,100 episodes of One Piece, I'm so excited to continue watching it. So seeing a show like this, which is 1/10 of the length of One Piece, but is still so long, just, again, it makes me so happy. Sorry, I went on a little yap fest right there. I really enjoyed All Might, that episode. Really, like, it's the basic cliche, you know what I mean, Superman thing, but something about All Might, just, he's so relatable while being so strong. And I think a part of that is the fact that he was gifted his power and he sort of carries that mindset with him all the time, almost where it almost seems like All Might like perpetually carries the idea that he's been given a gift, and not only does he try to motivate those around him, like the world, you know what I mean, just trying to be a symbol of peace, trying to be really strong for others, but you can tell that he's carrying like a really strong burden, and I don't know, a part of me almost feels like he wants to be released from that burden, not in a selfish way, but just in a time to live his life sort of thing. I mean, with how obsessed he is with saving people, even you saw it like before the lesson, him, you know, saving people for 3 straight hours. I wonder if he has any meaningful relationships, so to speak, because being that continuously busy, I could definitely see a world in which he does not interact with that many people. The villains have also been fantastic so far. Dude, Shigaraki, I've said it multiple times, but he gives me that sort of slimy, obsessive, almost like a tinge of nerdiness, but just the main trait being obsessive. And I think that in a villain, that is an underrated trait. So his father, I'm just trying to speculate on some of the lore, and I might even, after season 1 ends, I might go back and just try to write down the name of the villain whom damaged All Might, because I feel like that's the leading candidate for being Shigaraki's father. And obviously they knew about the weak spot immediately into the fight, so that's definitely the immediate sort of thought on my mind, that he's got to be connected somehow. I'm interested in him because, again, and he even said it, you know, after All Might called him out, he's obviously, we're going to get some backstory on him, and I feel like there's going to be a tinge of sympatheticness, you know what I mean, or empathy, or just because of how well written the show has been so far, just because that's the most important part about a villain, just understanding why they're doing something. You don't have to agree with it, okay, but understanding why someone is doing something is by far the most important idea you have to instill in the story around a villain, because it's rare, okay, but typically nowadays villains that are just evil for the sake of being evil aren't as successful as ones with good motives. And I don't mean good motives as in a good reason, like an acceptable reason to do evil things, but just as in a reasonable. I don't know how to word it. There are certain things that you definitely see, you know, how they would become a villain, and I think that is important in seeing how a villain interacts with the hero. And so far I have gotten that vibe, you know what I mean. I get vibes of Shigaraki being a really good villain, and obviously, like, he hasn't even shown off his powers that much. I'm not even quite sure I have a grasp on what his powers are. Obviously it has to be like hand related, you know what I mean. I don't know if each of those different hands on him is a power, or I don't know. I do not know. I hope we get a little bit of an answer towards that next episode. I think next episode also has an end credit scene I'm definitely gonna have to check out. It's probably gonna be a villain teaser for the next season. The only other thing I want to talk about real quick, I'll talk about it real quick because I don't think I'm going to interact with it next episode. But I just want to sort of remind myself of this. I'm very intrigued to see at what point we will see the other class, because there is another class of 20 students, and I'm not sure that I know anybody in it. I don't recall. Where's Aoyama? Where's Aoyama? Why? We did not see Aoyama in this little fight at all. That's have we? I don't recall seeing him. I don't know. I don't. No, I was looking at my list and I'm realizing I've seen all these people that I know. I added a new one, Tokoyami, for the bird guy. So I need to learn that wolf guy with the fur. I know him, but I was just thinking I haven't seen Aoyama in a while, so I wonder where he is. Okay, I don't want to yap for another 89 minutes, but I'm very excited to see the season finale next week. If you guys like the video, leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. I've got the full-length reaction up on Patreon. Please check it out if you're interested. And please subscribe if you like the content I make on the channel. I will see you guys next week.